pry width, hammer, some crescents, extension, a 1/2 inch socket, a 1 inch socket, vice grips. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the other side and how to change everything step by step. Before we get started, I just want to let you know you got to take your brakes off, your rotor. You got to disconnect your sway bar link completely, both top and bottom. Just get everything off. And you got to disconnect this bottom. You got to take that bottom piece off and take that piece down here. And while you're doing everything, get you some grease and a grease gun so you can catch all your fittings, grease fittings, and your sway bar link. You might need some grease. Just check everything, make sure you got some good grease. And when you're ready, make sure you use 2 jacks. I got one here and one here. Or you can use some jack stands. You're gonna need 2 jacks for the job. To get the strut out, you'll have to jack under the strut. Right up under here, jack up the strut to kind of relieve some tension to get this bolt out. I got my struts off Amazon, TRQs. They were about 200 bucks, but you can get them from any auto parts store. It may cost a little more than that though. 2008 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor P71. We're going to be changing the front struts and sway bar links. Okay, first you're going to need number 6 Allen and a wrench. And we're going to loosen this and hold the Allen. Hold the Allen with the other hand and loosen it. And take it all the way off. That's your bottom ball joint. Take that nut off. Okay, once you get the bottom out, we're going to change the sway bar link. We got to get to this and the rotor's in the way. So we have to take the brake system off, the caliper, and the rotor off, which is only this bolt and the bottom bolt. Now we can disconnect our tie rod. And you can break these loose. Break your bottom caliper bolts loose.
What?
Huh?
So you had me tearing the whole house apart. What'd you say?
Okay, to get your sway bar links off, vice grip the end, let it sit on the car, get your 5/8 and break it loose and take it all the way off. And same thing with the top up here on this side. Okay, so put another jack right up under your suspension right here, so it'll push it up and relieve pressure off these, and you can pull them out. You might have to hit them with a hammer, relieve the tension, pull them out. And you can get your bottom out too. You might have to jack it up a little bit more. Push the top down. Pull the bottom out. Alright. Now we can work on getting your bolt, this pin out of here to get your strut out, and we got 3 screws up top under the hood. 1-inch socket, 1-inch socket, breaker bar, bottom nut, break it loose. Put it to the side, don't lose it, unless you got a new one. Okay, this is your bottom bolt for your strut. You're gonna have to put a jack up under it, relieve the pressure, jack it up, and pull this pin out. You might have to hit it with a hammer and get like a metal pin and knock it through with a hammer on the left side, and it pops out. Okay, now come up under the hood. This one, and this one. Break it loose, break them all loose and get them off completely. Swivel's good to use with an extension to get this one out. Okay, pry up, get something to hold this up. So you push down, pull out the top, and pull out the bottom. And you have to line your bottom up straight also. It's got to be turned straight. So it looks like we're going to go like that. All right. Okay, it's gonna be tough. You gotta push this down, push your strut back, push the top back in there, and kind of pry each bolt until you get them all three in the holes, and then tighten them up under the hood. Okay, once you got your top bolts under the hood put the nuts in, tighten them up, and get your bottom pin. Let's see. Get this pin through. Push this down. Get your bottom pin through, all the way through here. Push your bottom rocker arm down and line it up with your strut and put that pin back through and put the nut on this side. Okay, get your tie rod ready. The long bolt at the top. Got a long one and a short one. You want to put your grease fittings back in, the new one, if it didn't come with any. Okay, you have to jack this up, push it down, and slip it in there. You can put your tie rod in at the top. I'm sorry. Shit. Once you get the bottom in, you can put your sway bar link in at the top. Put your nut on the bottom. Take out the jack. Okay, you can put your rotor back on, put your brake caliper back on, put your bolts back in here to hold the caliper on and tighten them up. Okay, now you can put your wheel back on. Make sure all your nuts and bolts are tight. Put your wheel back on.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls, I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises, or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence. The volatility of life, my only confidence. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way,